So Joe Biden just did a press conference regarding student loan relief. Here's a snippet of what he had to say.
Members of Congress who strongly oppose giving relief to students got hundreds of thousands of dollars themselves in relief. Members of Congress, because of the businesses they were able to keep open. Several members of Congress got over $1 million. All those loans were forgiven. You know how much that program cost? $760 billion. My program's too expensive. $360 billion more than I proposed in my student debt relief program. I was trying to provide students with $10,000 to $20,000 in relief. By comparison, the average amount forgiven in the PPP, the pandemic loan program, average amount forgiven was $70,000. Now a kid making $60,000, trying to pay back his bills, asking for $10,000 in relief. Come on, the hypocrisy is stunning. You can't help a family making 75 grand a year, but you can help a millionaire and you have your debt forgiven. My plan would not only have been life-changing for millions of Americans, it would have been good for the American economy. Freeing millions of Americans from the crushing burden of student debt. More homes would have been bought, more businesses would have been started, more couples would have had the confidence to start a family. Millions of people would have felt they could get on with their lives. These Republicans blocked all that. Now, in addition to the hypocrisy, some of these Republican Congress are shamelessly pushing to advance a bill in the coming weeks that gives hundreds of billions of dollars in tax breaks and handouts to the wealthiest Americans. They still haven't given up on making permanent a $2 trillion tax cut that they never paid for. Never paid for. $2 trillion. So let me be clear. For Republicans in Congress, it's not about reducing the deficit. It's not about fairness in forgiving loans. It's only about forgiving loans they have to pay. Today, the Supreme Court sided with them. I believe the court's decision to strike down my student debt relief program was a mistake, was wrong. I'm not going to stop fighting to deliver borrowers what they need, particularly those at the bottom end of the economic scale. So we need to find a new way, and we're moving as fast as we can. First, I'm announcing today a new path consistent with today's ruling to provide student debt relief to as many borrowers as possible, as quickly as possible. We will ground this new approach in a different law than my original plan, the so-called Higher Education Act. That will allow Secretary Cardona, who's with me today, to compromise, waive, or release loans under certain circumstances.
So there you have it. But I want to remind you that I forgot all about this press conference that Nancy Pelosi had. She told us a couple of years ago that the president doesn't have the authority to do what Joe Biden tried to do.
People think that the president of the United States, is this more on the subject than you ever want to know? Well, you'll let me know. People think that the president of the United States has the power for debt forgiveness. He does not. He can postpone, he can delay, but he does not have that power. That has to be an act of Congress.
So Nancy told us that the president of the United States does not have the power to give debt relief. He has the power to postpone debt, which Joe Biden did do for a lot of us during the pandemic. It's scheduled to restart soon. I think mine is scheduled to start September, October. I'm not sure. It's scheduled to start soon. So, and he's up for re-election in 2024. So he wants to try to get something done and something done soon, which is why he mentioned the Higher Education Act. However, is this going to be the same issue as with the HEROES Act? I don't know. It sounded like there are only certain people who's going to qualify for this relief if he's able to get it done through the Higher Education Act. What those qualifications are, I guess we'll soon find out. But Joe Biden is still fighting. I can give it to him. He's still fighting.